the fraction on the interval 0 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 2 pi, for which one or both of the inequalities sine x greater than a half, sine 2x greater than a half is true, equals a third, 13 over 24, 7 over 12, or 5 over 8. Okay, so I think the best way to do this is maybe just to plot the functions sine x and sine 2x, and then sort of highlight out the intervals between which part of the interval from 0 to 2 pi satisfies these inequalities. So sine x, something like that, and sine of 2x, I'll do this in a different color. It's not the best figure, but that's okay. You know what, maybe doing this simultaneously is not the best way to do it. Maybe instead what I'll do is I will do it sort of one at a time and then just manually figure out where the intersection of the appropriate regions are. Okay, so the first part we're looking at is there, if that's a half. So this is when sine x is greater than or equal to half. Okay, so what are these values? Triangles. I think that's correct. I think this is pi over 6. And so that makes this 5 pi over 6. And now I will do something similar for sine 2x. Very rough diagram, but I hope you get the idea of what it is we're looking for here. So we want these two values of pi and these two values of pi. It should be, so I guess this is pi over 12 and 5 pi over 12. That. And then we just take these and add pi. So this will be 13 pi over 12, and this will be 17 pi over 12. Okay. So the first thing we notice here is that this interval is disjoint from that one, but this one has some overlap. So the entire region that satisfies these inequalities is x between pi over 12 and 5 pi over 6, union 13 pi over 12 to 17 pi over 12. So what I want to do is I want to compute the length of these intervals, add them together, and divide by 2 pi. So I have 13 pi over 12 divided by 2 pi. So this is 13 over 24. Is that one of the options? Yes, it is. So the answer I get here is option B, 13 over 24. Yeah, I guess there were a couple different things that went into this one. The first was really understanding exactly what we're being asked for, and you know, the only thing that could cause a little bit of confusion or a little bit of trouble is the fact that these intervals overlap with each other, and the question is asking for the fraction of the interval, or what proportion of this interval has at least one of these inequalities satisfied. And so because these intervals overlap, you don't want to add their lengths together, because you'll be double counting a portion of the interval. So that's the first thing. And the second is, if I were preparing to take a test like this for real myself, I would have all these trig ratios memorized so that I don't have to draw these triangles and kind of figure out, I know that when, I know that sine of pi over 4, pi over 4 gives you a right angle isosceles. So I know that's the 1 root 2. So I know that, but figuring out whether this value of theta is greater than or less than pi over 4 and so on is sort of another thing that you don't want to waste time on a test like this. If I have more to say about this one, I'll write it down in the description. Thanks for watching.